Clifton, thank you, my brother. You are empowerment. Oh my goodness, only two things you got to do, sports fans, to be empowered. Number one, when given a task or assignment, always complete it to the best of your ability. And number two, always go the extra mile. But you're adding a different touch and a different flavor on it because, my brother, you're making a difference. See, there's only four things in life you want to do. Number one, you want to make a difference. Number two, you want to make a difference with others who are making a difference. Number three, you want to make a difference with others making a difference, doing something that makes a difference. But number four, you want to make a difference with others making a difference, doing something that makes a difference at a time when it makes all the difference in the world. Boys and girls, not getting political, don't do it, But yes, this is the time when it makes all the difference in the world. Can you put my slides up there, my brother? I gotta read you a passage taken out of one of my books. And this is a book that I wrote years ago, my fourth book. Went around the country and I dared to ask 1,000 black grandmothers, and I got to focus on any demographic, but that was a segment nearest and dearest to me at the time. I asked 1,000 black grandmothers, if you could write one letter to your children or to the next generation, what would you tell them about life? And don't you know, Dallas, I received letters from every type of black grandmother under the sun. Doctors and lawyers, women dropped out of school in third, fourth grade. Women with PhDs from Harvard, Stanford, and Duke, to those barely a seventh grade education. Women whose children and grandchildren are thriving and surviving, to one kind soul. Her name was Flora Kelly. She lives in Waterloo, Iowa. Miss Porter, and I'll introduce my students shortly. Flora Kelly, she had 7 children. And the day in which she wrote my letter, 5 were incarcerated in prison. Yes. Well, in the words of Flavor Flav, to get this party started right, I received this letter January 4th, 1999. And this grandmother lives in Hampton, Virginia, and she went so far to even entitle her letter. She says, where there's hope, there's life. Who's the most dangerous individual in the room? Most dangerous individual in the room is any man or woman without hope. Who is the most pitiful individual in the room? Man and woman with sight, but no vision. At some point in life, and here's your letter, at some point in life you'll be faced with a crisis that seems so overwhelming, it will shake you to the core. A loved one dies, a marriage crumbles, disease strikes, a child goes astray, life savings are squandered, but this I know, Dallas, into each life a little rain is going to fall. In June 1992, I was diagnosed with cancer. Following surgery, I faced months of chemotherapy. Each treatment lasted me, 4 hours and left me so weak I needed assistance just to function. I lost my appetite as well as weight, and my hair, well, that came out in clumps. Being bald was the least of my worries. I had to learn to inject myself as part of the treatment to keep my white blood cell count up. To be honest, Dallas, Texas, I didn't think I was going to make it. I had nearly given up hope. But my Lord spoke to me, as he so often does, at my hour in need, and I said, this is not the end. What can cancer do? Cancer cannot control my outlook. Cancer cannot steal my faith. Cancer cannot destroy my peace. Cancer cannot erase my memories, cannot invade my spirit, and it will not shatter my hope. Where there's hope, there's life, and I choose to live. I thank God to be able to wake up each morning and move under my own power. But if I didn't, I'm confident I can handle it. There's still hope. If not for me, then for someone else. I would instruct my doctors to give my eyes to the little boy who cannot see, to give my ears to the little girl who cannot hear, to give my heart to the woman who knows nothing but pain, and to give my kidneys to the child chained to dialysis. Regardless of your circumstances, you have so much to hope for. Well, I bring you greetings from my school, Clark Atlanta University School of Business. Living proof I never miss class. Why? I had 3 classes this morning. Not the last one ran to catch a flight. Thank you very much, Clifton. I love you too, my brother. And here I am at SMU. You're looking at one of my classes back there, and I don't know which class that is, but I got to introduce you 2 students who have seen me in action, and I love them dearly. I have no problem telling my students that I love them. You see, love is the master plan. And you got to be careful when you're talking about love. Why? Business folks freak out when you talk about love. But I had a student come in my office and said, Dr. Kimbro, come over in the classroom. I want to show you a couple businesses that I'm about to run. And he goes up to the smart board and he says, I'm going to start an LLC, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the profits for that, and I'm going to go ahead and pour it in this one. And in about 5 years, Dr. Kimbro, I'm going to be bank like Hank. And I said, my brother, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. I said, money is not the bottom line. Dr. Kimbro, you of all people. No, money is not the bottom line. Love is the bottom line. You love your job? Guess what? You get in the parking space closest to the building. You love your coworkers? You're going to make manager in no time. You're an entrepreneur and you love your customers? Guess what? You're getting more customers. And you doubt me? All you got to do, I had a presentation at the Gallup organization. Go read Don Clifton. Go read Marcus Buckingham. They collaborated on a book called The 12 Elements of Effective Managing. You need to go get that book. I've had a couple of presentations at the Gallup organization. Number 1 in the world in leadership. Disney is number 2. Presentations at both of them. The 12 elements of effective managing. And of the 12, 3 to 4 got nothing to do with money, got nothing to do with managing, but got everything to do with love. What's the first element of effective management according to the Gallup organization? My boss cares for me as a person. Oh, wow. My boss cares for me as a person. Number 2, my boss gives me the resources that I need to do my job effectively. What's number 3? I got a best friend at work. Whoa. And then number 13, which is the hidden silent element. What's number 13? I know the name of the individual who cleans my office at night. Tony Frazier. Tony Frazier cleans my office at night. Tony Frazier is a grandmother. And not just any grandmother. She had one of her grandsons killed in a drive-by shooting. She's taking care of her 2 grandchildren. And you can always tell when Tony Frazier cleans my office. Why? She always hits my desk with a little pledge. Got 2 students, I'll introduce them, and they know no one on campus got more students than me, so I get papers all over the place. When Tony Frazier cleans my office, my papers are in her nightstand. She even cleans the monitor to my computer, even cleans the keyboard. Love is the bottom line.